Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday, and this is a new episode of the Right Info Podcast Show with your host, King Twan speaking. And tonight I would like to talk about a subject that I love very, very much. Something that I like to do on my spare time whenever I have time. And that is my love for reading and its benefits. I am a reader. A very big reader of all sorts of things, whether it's mystery, romance, urban, drama, crime, or whatever the topic may be. I always find a way to get my hands on something that's willing to be intriguing to me or help me get through the day. Whether it's, the day is morning, noon, or night, or just have something to do in order to keep myself from getting bored. I'm not a big one or one person to brag that I read a lot of books, which I have over the years, of course, and be proud of it. But that's all right because to me, books are like movies. No matter what you're reading, if there are no pictures in them, there's one thing called an imagination that we all use just to get the picture of what's going on and to take time from there, take it from there, see what it's like, what the pictures are like, people, what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're feeling, how their views are, and, that sort of thing. Now, the benefits of reading is gaining a full knowledge of what a person wants to know and how to know about it and what to know, but there's more to it. There are various advantages to reading words when they are put together for reason. I apologize. Here are some reasons right here. Number one, it strengthens the brain. It increases empathy. It builds the vocabulary. It prevents, cognitive decline. It reduces stress. It aids sleep. Now, I didn't know that. It alleviates depression, and it lengthens the time span. Now, I really did not know that reading lengthens a time span. I didn't know that. Something you learn every day. Now, this list of reasons is for all the reasons why reading is so fundamental and helpful in our daily lives. What should a person read, one asks? The short answer is the best answer. Anything a person can get their hands on. It's always best to devote time daily to a blog or niche topic. If you're looking for an escape, fantasy, historical fiction, then a book dealing with any of these topics is the perfect for someone who wants to travel to another world in a literary sense, that is. Now, there are studies that show reportedly that people who read print books score high on comprehension tests. And remember, more of what they already know than these who use computers or ebooks. I like using paperbacks, hard copies. Everybody goes to the computer. That's all good and said, but nothing beats picking up a book, turning the pages, and looking at words for words. Now, maybe because people tend to read print more slowly than reading digital content. The main takeaway from reading is that it's very good. It shows that reading educates people more, gives a good idea of what has to be learned or what can be gained by understanding what a person wants to know, asks what type of questions that has to be asked when, and wanting whatever information they need to get whatever they want to know. Reading is good. Reading is fun. I love reading. I've been reading since I was little and I still read. Whether it's magazines, novels, historical documents, or whatever. Whatever I can get my hands on. It's all good to learn. It's all educational. It's informative. And, I don't know if anybody's ever done a podcast on reading, but if this is the first one, then I can just say I'm proud to have done it. And with that being said, this is just an informative thought of what I was giving my view or my opinion on what reading is all about and how fundamental it is on what I do and what I like to do on my spare time. And with that being said, I hope anybody who gets bored or whatever, pick up a good book, no matter what it is, go through it, look through it, take a look at it, see the title, analyze the title, analyze the characters, start reading. If it interests you, fine, just keep on reading. If not, then just put it down and try to find something else to read. That one book that you just picked up isn't the only book that you're reading. There's a lot more books to read. So with that being said, I was just going to put an end to this podcast, informative show on what reading is all about, why I love reading, why reading is so interesting. Everybody should get into it and just read more, educate yourself more, educate your children, educate those, teach those who don't know how to read so they'll know how to read. And with that being said, this podcast will come to an end. And I am King Twan speaking, and I am ending the Right Info podcast show on a good note. So grab a good book, read on, and keep expanding your minds. Just show the world what you can do with words. Let a book be your weapon. Let it be helpful to you no matter what. And with that being said, I say thank you all for listening to this podcast. Bye-bye. Love you all. Until next time.